What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brian and today I have what I believe is quite literally and figuratively the perfect pack. Now I am operating under less than ideal conditions because I have been without power for over 24 hours now, which is why I am shooting this outdoors while there is a little bit of sunlight left. This package has come direct from Italy. It arrived just now, and I'm doing this because I want to open it. So I don't know that I'll go over this whole pack right here, but I want to get this open and see what I've got, because this took a couple of months start to finish to build. This is from Arch, I-N-D, and I want to be really careful opening this because there is a lot of really nice stuff in this box. All right, and it is a good thing that I did not cut too deeply because the pack is literally sitting right behind the cardboard. So, you know, I'm doing this out of order. I had wanted to go over what it means to make a custom pack using some other packs that I've got, where you're doing what I'm going to call stage 1 customization, which is kind of features, materials, and colors. This right here is full-blown, 100% customized to be what I personally wanted out of a pack. And oh my goodness, I mean, just oh my goodness, have a look at this right here. Let's check this bad boy out. So this is a fully custom Arch Grisetti in Tropic X50, UVX40 silver, and Ultra Grid black. And there are a lot of really wonderful surprises and details about this pack that really should make it perfect for what I wanted out of a pack. But I gotta try this on. First thing, I gotta try this on. Try it on for size, get it adjusted to how I like. The straps are beautiful, it's so comfortable. Honestly, I'm beside myself. So, you know, I don't think I'm gonna go over every last detail right here and now. I really just wanted to get this open and get eyes on it for myself. But similar to the other Arch pack that I looked at, the construction is impeccable. And this is one where the feature set should match how nice it looks for my personal use case. So I'm gonna go over all of that a little bit later once I get my power back. What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brian. It is a day later. I have my power back and I have what again in front of me here is what I believe represents the perfect pack, both for me literally and as an idea figuratively, because this is a fully customized 100% by me, every last detail, Arch Grisetti. And I did review an Arch Grisetti. You can see these are technically the same backpack. They look nothing alike. So you can check out a video of that pack on my channel. But the reality is, even though these are the same bags, they are entirely different because they have been customized completely differently. And this for me is just amazing. It is literally a dream brought to life, an idea of mine that I approached Andrea from Arch with and that he just bought into, and every last thing that I asked for, he basically just said, yep, I can do it, no questions, no hesitation, and it was a dream of a process. So this video is going to be long because I'm just going to explain it all to you. And so You know, if you want to see the pack, it's absolutely beautiful, kind of standalone. But once you really understand the thought process that went into this, you can see why it has become my perfect pack. So in order for you to understand that, I'm going to give you some brief background, hopefully brief. I personally have done multiple 3 to 4 week trips internationally, and each time I've taken a backpack, and that backpack has changed over the years. So the first one up that I ever used was this guy. It is a Burton Zoom camera pack. This is super old, approaching 20 years. It still looks fantastic, and the important thing to note about this is it is a rear clamshell loader with a dedicated camera compartment. And then up top in front, we have what effectively could be called a quick access pocket up top. It's actually quite large, much larger than what you might classify a standard quick access pocket, but that's right here. And I used this for 3 to 4 weeks and it worked really well, but it became very obnoxious getting the camera in and out through the rear clamshell, because every time you did it, you had to basically take the backpack off your back. So that is lesson 1 learned. The next pack up that I've spent a considerable amount of time with is this Kata backpack. And I don't know what style this is, DR466i. It is relatively small. It's actually not big enough really for international travel. Well, I could use a little bit more space than this. But the cool thing about this pack is it has a dedicated camera cube in front on the bottom, so you can really get at this quickly with it hanging off of your shoulder. And then it has a compartment up top that is much larger and kind of again acts as a quick access pocket. So, pretty cool. Blend the 2 packs together, larger size, rear clamshell, but also some front access for a camera. Now, the last pack that I've used extensively, this Dispatch Day Pack, and I would run this with a camera cube in the bottom. So to get at the camera gear, I would open the top, the camera cube would be right there. And the thing that I love about this pack is that it has a dedicated laptop compartment in the back. And whether I use it for a laptop or just important documents, it is a safe place to put things that I want to make sure are well cared for and accounted for that aren't going to get lost. So there are elements of all of these packs that I really like, and none of them to this point have blended them all together. That is, until this pack that you see right before you. So I'm just going to kind of go over it, and my goodness, there is a lot to go over. But from a materials perspective, we have X-Pack X50 Tropic Multicam up front and on the roll top. And this pack was actually a modified instantiation of the Arch Grisetti EDC variant that Andrea came up with. And on that one, this design up top might look familiar. He had it as a pocket down here that would fold up. And then he had 2 side pockets up top, along with this molly. So effectively, I've inverted the design from how it looks on the exterior. Now there is a very good special reason for that. As we go around the side, we have X-Pack UVX40 in silver, which I've never seen before, but is just an absolutely beautiful material. It just shines and shimmers, but has kind of a nice fabric texture to it. Really gorgeous. The reason I went with this on the side is because I'm not sure how durable it is or how nice it would be to take on kind of wear from sitting on the ground and whatnot. That's kind of why I had the face of this be more durable. But as an accent on the side, I think it'll take less abuse, and it just is a really nice, beautiful touch. As you can see, we are the Icy Hot Stuntas. We have crazy jackets. I wanted this pack to be icy hot. I wanted it to be over the top, and that takes us to the back. So we have Ultra Grid black straps and back panel with a UVX40 silver accent on the strap. We've got purple accents throughout with the pull cords and the webbing. And so that kind of covers the material selection. Now let's get into a bit of the design of this pack. So let's start at the rear. And the rear is a full clamshell. Again, that is like the first pack that I showed you. And this one is interesting because, again, I tried out this pack first before I had Andrea complete this pack. And one thing I noticed was that his choice of clips, which we see like right here, were not my favorite to use. In fact, I said it in the video. And for the pack that I had built, those were actually going to be problematic because they fit between the clamshell opening and the strap. They act as load lifters to relieve some of the tension against this zipper. Well, if I can't use these easily or effectively, it's going to make the usability of this pack not enjoyable, because that's something that I'm going to have to use quite frequently. So I had Andrea actually swap these out with fid locks, which match the top roll top area and the sternum strap. And the extent of specification is such that I said, I want them to open the same direction as if I'm opening the sternum strap with my right hand. So the idea is I open it like that, and then I head up to this roll top, and I open it the exact same way on both sides. See how fast that was? Super easy, one-handed, and if I want to close it, it's just magnetic, it snaps. It's such a joy to use versus what he would have put on as standard. And again, this is the level of detail that you can specify with Andrea, and he'll just do whatever you want. So, looking at this pack from the rear, again, a full rear clamshell. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We've got a luggage pass-through right here, and really surprising, really awesome. He didn't skimp on materials. He used UVX40 on the back side of this padding, which is completely unnecessary. Nobody is going to see it, and yet it's there. We have a secret pocket right here, which kind of fulfills a need, as I was saying, with that laptop compartment. I've got like an area where I could put passports or other important documents that's really well protected and hidden. And he threw in a little special touch with an arch bottle opener. And then for the luggage pass-through, there actually is additional webbing in here so that it's not just passing through this foam. You can actually pass it through the webbing if you like. Behind that, we have the full clamshell, so we can open this up. And there are a lot of just additional accessories that he built out inside this that we'll take a look at a little bit later. But let's get this open. And I threw this in the bottom of the pack just to help it be a little bit more stable when it stands, because the camera cube doesn't go all the way to the bottom, and we talked about this, so I could throw a jacket in there or just something else to sit underneath the camera cube, give it a little bit extra padding even though it doesn't need it. I've got a fully integrated camera cube here that I went over before. I don't know how I'm going to splice this video together. It's all over the place. But on the interior, a mix of Ultra Grid Lime, Ultra Grid Very Berry. We've got a detachable but matching pouch on this side with hooks into the bag at the top. We have some molly webbing, and then we have a laptop compartment that is covered. Again, this is something I asked for that I don't think is standard. It's also padded, which I'm not sure if that's standard or not. So I basically have, again, the first pack with the rear clamshell opening, the third pack with protected pockets and laptop access. And what's the missing piece of this puzzle? I'm about to show you. The coolest part about this pack, the thing that puts it over the top for my personal use case, which is as an EDC, 3 to 4 week international travel pack, do it all, get me to my destination, load it out, and then have it be a walk around day pack where I need access to my photography equipment quickly. Let's go back to the front. I inverted the design for a reason. The standard pack of this does not have front access into the main compartment. I wanted it badly. So I asked him to make me a half clamshell. And you can see here, we've got this flap. It opens up. So it's not just a pocket as in the original design, although it is a pocket as well. So we've got a little pocket right here. It is a half clamshell. So now, with the zippers that used to be pockets, I can pull this down, I can open this up, and I can have direct, quick access to camera equipment that's in this special camera cube that matches the pack. So across the board, I have the blending of all three pack designs, all of the best features that I love and need and wanted in one pack, along with custom accessories that just match each other. Even though the mashup of materials is kind of out there, they're all cohesive in that they all use the same materials. So the pouches, the camera cube, the pack itself, it all belongs together, it all comes together. And it is, in my opinion, glorious. I think in terms of anything else we've got going on, let me close this guy up. We've got a couple of front pockets down here, and he threw in a kind of keyring holder. One on either side. Back to the main compartment. Let's have a look at the accessories that he threw in. So let's take this pouch off and get up close and personal. He threw a giant loop field on the back. He said he did it just because he could. There's also kind of laser cutouts that you can kind of run this loop under, but he said there's no real reason or rhyme for it. It's just he could do it, so why not? Really all you need to attach it to the pack is to run this through a clip at the top and cinch it down like that. We've got UVX40, Ultra Grid Black, Multicam Tropic up front. I love just the little design touches with the angles on the Velcro loop and the angle on the zipper. Front pocket with nylon pack cloth liner. AquaGuard zippers, and a main compartment here where for the pack itself I designed every last piece with him. I went over all the materials and all the locations. When it came to the accessories, I basically said, have fun with it, do whatever you want, and he really knocked it out of the park with the decisions, in my opinion. It's just really fun and really functional. That's the best part about this. This pack is designed very different from this one. I love the way this pack looks. I love the way this pack is designed. In many respects, I respect what was done here as much as what was done with mine, but mine is just so much more functional for what I need it to be functional for, and that's what puts this pack in particular completely over the top for me. So let's have a look at the other things he provided. We've got the EDC pouch, giant loop field, Arch X, Arch logo, Multicam Tropic, Ultra Grid UVX40, AquaGuard zippers with purple accents for the pulls. Nylon pack cloth in purple, Ultra Grid Very Berry, Ultra Grid Lime. And again, I said this in the video yesterday, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this thing, but he also threw in kind of his own custom field notes, arch specific field notes. Really a nice touch, really some awesome extras he threw in with this bag. And what else do we have here? We've got 3 pouches in Ultra Grid Black, Very Berry, and Lime, which I did not ask for and was very gracious and awesome of you to include, Andrea, so thank you for that. And another pouch a drippy pouch, which again, I did not ask for, so thank you for this as well. And finally, we've got the camera cube, and the camera cube is integrated into the pack with some clips. It can come out pretty easily. And we've got, again, Multicam Tropic, UVX40 Silver, Ultra Grid Black, and inside, Very Berry and Lime inserts and padding. And up top, I specifically asked that the foam padding be removable so that if I fold this over on itself, it's not taking up as much space. And he did that because I can see this here. So overall, just an incredible pack that's built exactly for my needs, that blends the best of everything that I've used before and could account for. And now all that's left to do is to try it out in the real world, see what I like and don't like, and then do it all again and make an even better one next time. Or maybe build one for a different purpose. All I can say is Andrea is fantastic. He was fantastic throughout this whole process. He built for me what in my opinion is a piece of functional art. I absolutely love this pack. I absolutely love the way it turned out. But nothing is perfect, or is it? If there were a couple of things that I might change, having this pack for all of one day. Oh, and I didn't show you the roll top. So the roll top is very nice as well. Great access into the top. Quite honestly, if you've seen this channel, you know I don't care much for roll tops. I don't really use them. But it was part of his design, and so I accepted that it could be part of the design and that I would keep it as long as I got everything else I wanted. And I do think it is a beautiful feature, even if I won't actually use it that much. Overall, this pack is large. It's much larger than I thought it was gonna be. In hand, in person, up close. If we compare this to a GWA Crew Micro, you can see just how much taller it is, just how much wider it is, just how much bigger it is on the whole. And I'll be honest, for kind of my needs, 20 to 22 liters really is the sweet spot for me. So I actually love the size of this pack, especially with how usable the space is. This comes in at 25, and if I were to build another one with him tomorrow and do it again, I might ask for a way to get this down to about 22. The thing is, he does offer a smaller version of this, and just aesthetically, I don't like the way it looks as much as the full-size pack. So between the two, I think I would still go with this. But if there were a way to somehow just take this exact pack and shrink it to be like 85 to 90% all around, I think that would be perfect. The other thing that I didn't know and therefore could not account for, this has a Kevlar bottom, and the back of this here has the frame sheet, but the frame sheet comes in on the Ultra Grid black part, and I thought when it was sitting flat that it would sit solely on the Kevlar, but how it actually sits is kind of the frame sheet at the rear does actually hit the ground. So for me, even though it kind of takes away from the look of this back panel, if I were to do it again, I would ask for this one piece of material that wraps the frame sheet at the bottom and comes up just to right there to be a Kevlar piece. And that way I could just set this on the ground anywhere I want and not have to worry about being delicate with it or wondering if the frame sheet is going to ultimately wear through this Ultra Grid black material. Overall, two very, very minor gripes, and really one isn't even fair because the pack is the pack, the size is the size. But that, I think that could be worked on, Andrea. Just throwing that out there. And I knew I would miss some things in kind of the initial pass, so we've got molly webbing in the center, specifically, he said, for a hero clip, which is great because everybody throws hero clips on their bags as kind of a fashion statement and a way to protect this thing from public restrooms. We've got a daisy chain on the side that you can just hook stuff off of, along with compression straps. One of my favorite touches that I didn't say out loud is he's actually got Ultra Grid black as the top of this side pocket, which I had done in a mesh specifically so that you could see through to the UVX40 silver material, as opposed to if I used Ultra Stretch or Dura Stretch, which would have covered the material up. And then up front, he normally does this as molly all the way through, but he actually left it open in this case, creating an extra sort of grab handle. So as you can see, just on the whole, every last piece of this bag has been well thought out and designed, and it blends function and form perfectly. Oh, and before I wrap up, I had read this tag on the previous video. I did not do it on this video, but really it's even more deserving of being read on this video. So let's read it right here. Arch is where craftsmanship and design meet functionality. Every product is tailored specifically to your individual needs to finally provide you with the item you have been looking for, your inseparable companion for your future adventures, no matter where they will take you. Handcrafted in Italy. And my goodness, if that is not the truth. Beyond that, let's try this guy on, see what we think about how it looks and how it feels. Overall, just like with the other pack, the straps are comfortable. I would say this one feels even more comfortable. They're both incredibly comfortable. I love the way the straps fall. I love the way they feel. We've got really nice mesh on the back side of these straps, along with really nice mesh on the back panel. In terms of how it falls on my back, I like it. I like that it's kind of squared up through the center and it's all foam padded. I am a happy man. The only problem now is I don't know what to do with myself. I actually have probably 5 unopened packs just sitting in my living room that I had meant to get to before evaluating this one, but I just didn't find the time, and this pack has come, and now this pack has kind of set the bar that all the other ones must compete with, and I know it's going to be difficult, if not impossible, for them to beat this one for me, because this was built the way that I wanted it built, and that's the best part of it. So, you know, when I started this process, the idea of building a custom pack was incredibly daunting, but I reached out anyway. I made that leap. And then as I worked with Andrea, I kind of got a feel for this and realized, hey, This isn't actually all that hard. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of thought. So, you know, if you want, you could just pick one of his designs and pick the colors and materials, or you could even say, hey, I like that one, make me something close. And I'm sure he could do that for you. But the coolest thing about this, at least for me, is all of the finishing touches that can really make a custom pack your own. Andrea was up for doing for me, and he brought all of the ideas to life. I mean, we probably wrote a book between us sorting this guy out, but here it is in the flesh, and I know it like the back of my hand even though I just got it, because I specified everything about it. Really an amazing process. Andrea and I spoke for maybe an hour or two after it was built. Funny, after it was built, not before or during. And I really got a sense for kind of the maker, the man behind the bag, as it were. You're an incredible person. I really appreciate your help on this. I can't wait to build another one with you, although I have to put some thought into what it will be. Thank you so much, and to everyone else, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. That's all I've got for this one, but I will see you at the next one.